Welcome to the Shootin The Que podcast, presented by Heath Riles BBQ, with tips, tricks, and an inside look with some of the top pitmasters in the game. Now here's your host, Heath Riles.
We are back for another episode of Shootin The Que, and we're joined with two great friends, Bob and Moe. How are y'all doing today, fellas?
Great.
Doing great, buddy.
You? What's up, Candace?
What's up, Candace?
Doing good.
Well, we're just here trying to get this new year started. That's about it. What can I say?
Yep, same here, bud.
So y'all been out to our farm doing a little hunting.
Oh,
Yeah.
How's that been so far?
love it.
That was
Got
amazing.
Beautiful property, buddy.
Yeah.
Beautiful property.
Well,
Gorgeous.
I'm glad
Got a
maybe
ton of potential. Those grassy pastures you just kind of put in there. Are they like is that just grass or
those
is
food plots.
yeah, like a food plot?
Yeah, that's a blend of rye and
Okay.
wheat and clover and a
Yeah.
bunch of other stuff that we
Yeah.
put in. But yeah,
Yeah, they're nice.
we wasn't getting any rain whatsoever, and finally started getting some rain, and it just started coming up, and you can kind of see the entranceway going in. The green
Yep.
grass is just starting to sprout.
Yeah.
From the wheat and the rye there, seeded the sides so it wouldn't wash. But we should be hopefully sometime in April.
Yep.
Wrapping everything up and having us a nice place. So maybe by fall again, y'all can come in this winter and all that, and be able to do some hunting and maybe take a nice deer.
Sounds good. Looking forward to getting back there.
You got a place, great compound. The building's beautiful, man, and just be able to walk out and just get them side by side and just go right there.
And that's it. Well, look, we've done some podcasts earlier with y'all separately, and so we kind of know who y'all are, but y'all do a lot of things together. And one thing that y'all do very well together is work together on both y'all's brands. Y'all teach a line of classes.
Yes.
Can y'all tell us a little bit more about that and how y'all got started with it and kind of connected up and kind of what it's grown into today? Because y'all have brand partners and what do y'all do, over 20 classes a year at least?
Plenty. Yeah, we do probably somewhere around that. Yeah. I'll get started. So, I was doing classes, some barbecue competition classes, appetizer classes, grilling classes, things like that. Moe was doing classes on his own. And I think at that point I was heading over to Germany, and I invited you over to Germany to compete in a big competition over there. And they asked us to do a class together. So that was our first class we did together. It was a huge hit. We had about 60 or 70 people in a big warehouse, and I think there were people representing maybe 12 or 13 different countries. And, we didn't really rehearse much. We just knew to do our thing. We did 4 meats. I did chicken and ribs. He did pork and brisket, and it just flowed, and we had a great time, added a lot of humor to it, and people loved it, right? Mm-hmm. So after that, we were probably sitting in a bar somewhere in Germany and said, we need to do this more often. Let's put something together for the States, do a little tour. And that's how it got started.
That is cool. That's correct. I can't really add to that, but that was
Well,
correct.
I know that we come to one of y'all's classes. We come up after, what year was that? Memphis in May. Y'all were having a class at your brother's place in Michigan.
Right.
And cordially, y'all just said, hey, man, y'all ought to come on up and hang out.
Absolutely.
And
2020, 2021, 21 maybe?
21. It was probably 21.
And Candace was like, we ain't got anything going on. You know what? Let's drive up and just go hang out and see the countryside. And so we drove up and hung out with you and your brother and his wife and everybody and Moe. And man, we just kicked back while y'all talked to class, and we stood back and kept the drinks flowing. And
That's right. Yeah, that was
hung
fun
out
time.
and things like that. And
It was the worst shot of bourbon I ever had. You probably don't remember that, do you?
No.
What did you have?
when?
Do you remember it was hot? That class was hot.
Yes.
So there was some.
Weller.
I don't
What
think
you're
Was it
drinking
Weller?
today.
I don't think
kidding.
it was Weller.
It was green bottle Weller. I do.
I don't know. I just
this
remember
now.
it had been sitting in the sun all day, and
It
you,
was in your Syntex in the
you
box
were
up
like,
there.
Oh,
"Come
there's
here,
no
Candace.
ice.
Let's take a shot of this."
Ooh.
I did.
So it was
real
like
hot.
90-degree bourbon.
That's
It was.
I agree.
But
That's
he did
all
it
doing
too.
that. I did it too.
I wasn't
I
gonna
remember you
leave him
bubbled the
hanging.
bottle.
Yeah, and I did it too, and I wasn't gonna be no punk, so I'm standing in front of Candace. I'm gonna have to do it, and I did it, and that
was
he
hot.
was about right there. It was about right there. I had to use Jedi mind tricks. Be like, ugh.
It was very
put it together.
warm.
See, I like
Candace
it
did.
neat. Well, I don't need the heat.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
hot. It had been sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
I
It was
remember.
warm.
That was Weller. Green
Yeah,
label.
it was.
I remember.
Yeah.
So, are you a Weller drinker?
I
I'm
love
assuming?
Weller Green Label. I'm a Weller guy. I'm a Blanton's guy. I'm just a good Kentucky bourbon guy, and then I also love my Tito's vodka. So I drink Tito's vodka on the regular, and then when it's something special like here,
a little bit of Weller.
Yeah.
I just so happen to have, as you know, a little bit of Weller over on the
I seen it, and I got me some.
Gotta always keep a little bit of. I'm a Weller drinker, E.H. Taylor drinker. I mean, myself, I love Tito's as well. It's hard to beat a good bourbon every now and then.
It really is.
You're a man with good taste, man. Just like in firearms, dude. Those rifles you let us borrow are B.A. Baracus.
Hey,
dude, that 7 mag, dude. That is it is light as all get out and smooth, man. That action is smooth. Woo, that's a nice rifle. I'm gonna have to buy. I don't have one in my arsenal.
That's actually a Sendero Remington that I had, an older model, and I took and had after, I don't know, 10 or 15 years of shooting it, took and had that carbon fiber barrel put on it, that proof research. Yeah. And actually my new suppressor should be here anytime now.
Yeah.
So it'll put the thump down on it just a little bit,
Yeah.
And so you were shooting that 6.5 PRC.
Yeah, PRC. Yeah, it's a beautiful gun. I didn't get to pull the trigger on it, but it was nice to hold it.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, talking about hunting, we can get into that. You got the classes and y'all went hunting.
Yeah.
While y'all were out here visiting. So, y'all have been hunting
a lot of
last year, several places, right?
Yeah, Texas.
And now hunting here. So try to incorporate as much hunting and fishing. Y'all also do a bunch of fishing. Kind of like me when you go out of town, you're kind of looking and seeing what.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of where you're at and kind of squeeze in a little bit of personal time no matter where you go.
Yeah, I'm going to, I had some family dynamics that happened not too long ago, and I sat there and thought and said, hey, Mo, you need to start doing more what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And so here on out, man, Moe Cason is going to be hunting, queuing, fishing.
Every day.
As much as I can. Seriously, next year, dude, I'm going to have it lined up. I'm going to be hunting it all over the states. I'll be down here. We're going to be out in Indiana. We'll be out in Kentucky. I'm going to be up in Wisconsin. I'm going to get out there and do what
we need to get us an elk hunt going, man. I know. That's on my bucket list. I want to do an elk hunt.
Elk hunt.
So do both of you just hunt everything? I mean, do you hunt, when I say that, I mean, like, are you a duck hunter as well as a deer hunter?
I need to come down and get with you because I know he's a big duck hunter.
Yes.
And I've never duck hunt before.
Okay.
So I need to get in. I want to get into that. Because I've never duck hunted before.
Wing shooting is very fun. It's very different. A lot of eye coordination. And some ducks are really fast. But I've got a good place to start you out at, and I wish we could have went this time and the weather didn't quite work out for that. But we got a nice game reserve down here that does a really good job, and that's a great place for somebody to start with. And then we'll go over to Arkansas, and that's where it gets serious at.
Yeah, and like Mo, I've never duck hunted, but I used to goose hunt in Pennsylvania quite a bit. Yeah. And that's a lot of fun, but they're a little bit slower than a duck.
So have y'all ever done any pheasant hunting?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, y'all went pheasant hunting back in what?
2021.
2021.
I grew up.
I remember seeing those pictures now, yeah. Because you were hunting with one of your bull pups.
A bull pup, which is not a smart thing to do, but I said.
So you wouldn't carry it again?
I would. I took my bull pup back in Iowa last weekend hunting deer. Slugs. It's awesome. You got the eel tech, and wherever that red dot is, that's where that slug is going.
That's exactly right.
I just used a 12-gauge Benelli, right? Use your Benelli.
Yeah, use my Benelli.
I got 17 pheasants. He got 2. So
that's all right though. But I got it with I got 3 actually.
So that
better
leads
than
me into the question: how did you prepare the pheasants? Did y'all cook any of them?
Yes, we did. We actually grilled them. Right?
Yep.
Didn't I make a? Did I do a pesto for that?
Did a pesto.
Yeah, I made a homemade pesto, and Mo put I think maybe his steakhouse rub on there,
which is coarse.
And we breasted them out. And we actually did some of the legs, too. Mm-hmm. And just grilled them hot and fast, a little olive oil and seasoning. They got a little crispy on the outside and made a pesto for them, and they were unbelievable.
And, like, my friend's place is Adam Roche. Adam Roche, you guys know who he's a big-time outdoor. He played for the Braves. He played for the White Sox. He's a big country boy out of Fort Scott, Kansas. He's got a big ranch called E3 Ranch. He owns property in Kansas and also on the Missouri side because his properties on both sides, and he does a lot of stuff for special forces guys, veterans, people with PTSD. He brings them out to his property, and for the weekend, and they go out and just hang out. They cook, they hunt. You know, and these are a lot of these guys. You know, that's how I met a lot of these SF guys. Is through Adam LaRoche. You know, I'm a Navy guy, and I got other Navy, but I met a lot of the Navy SEAL guys through Adam LaRoche. They were actually training on his property, which was awesome, and I got to participate with it twice. So, it is, and now I've done some things now with other SEALs, charity events like out in Virginia and things of that nature, which with Bob, and I bring Bob along, and it's been a blessing, man. But I love doing that. I love giving back to the community because I served, and I know what it is about having entertainment coming in and doing something for us. Because, you know, when you go out and you put your life on the line and you work day in, day out. You know, I was in the Navy, was out to sea, man. It's 6 on, 6 off, 6 on, 6 off, and that's nonstop. The only day you got off was Sunday, so it's 6 on, 6 off, 6 on, 24 hours a day. And if you're out to sea for 3 months, that's what it is. And so to be able to get back in port somewhere and have some entertainment, that means a lot. You know, I'm getting ready to take Bob overseas. I said, before I walked into your office, I just had a call with the guy that charges, he's in charge of all entertainment for the West. So Japan, Korea, California, anything West Side, all the islands, you know, anything with a military base, Army, Air Force, not Air Force, but Army, Navy has their own, but Army, Marines, Air Force, and we go out and we do stuff, you know. And so we go to Canada. We go to Alaska, and then we go to. I've been to Guam. I've been to Singapore. There's a base in Singapore. There's Guam, and there's.
We were in Hawaii last year.
And we're going back to. So it's cool, man.
I know a lot of people give back to things like that, and I don't. Do y'all remember that deal Pat Burke used to do years ago? He would go up in Kentucky to I think Fort Bragg, maybe, and he done a deal because they would always carry like 3 or 4 cookers with them. I know John David would go with them some years, and Craig Wilkerson with Will BQ. Yeah.
I remember something,
but I
about
can't
that.
remember much about that event. But they would go and they would feed several groups of soldiers like that up at Fort Bragg. It was some kind of. I can't even remember what it was now. I'm going to have to investigate and go back and look and see if I can find out.
It's gratifying. You know, when we went to Hawaii and I did Pearl, so that's joint base. So it's Navy, Army, we fed 800. Mm-hmm. It's only supposed to be 400. So I told him, I said, son, I told the captain, you know, we need to feed because once this word gets out there on the island, retirees are going to come in, people are going to come in and get that food. And sure enough, it was 800, and he was blown away. He was blown away at the food that we cooked. Now, there was not a lick of smoker there, but they have ovens, like they're ovens that they cook. They're the width between this wall to that door. That's just, and they've got like 5 or 6 shelves. And they're like, for me, past you.
Yeah, put a dozen sheet pans each.
That's exactly it, dude.
We had every machine, every cooker, every warmer, every oven. Full, on, and hot in that mess hall. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and all those workers, all the military people that are working in the galley, you know, they're
helping you.
They're going off one direction.
They were great.
I mean, I've got steam jackets making collard greens.
Pots of beans and greens.
Huge steam jackets making collard greens. And they ain't never had my collard green before. And I mean, they were just, and then when you go and then the next day we went to the Marine base and fed them guys.
Right.
And to have grown, badass Marines who talk up to you and just say, some boy with Southern drawl, dude, I haven't had food like this, man, since I was back in Mississippi or since I was back in Tennessee, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because he's been on the island. He's been there for 2 years, whatever. And to give them a little bit of home, that means a lot to me.
It does mean a lot. Mm-hmm. It does mean a lot. That's always good giving back like that, man. So what upcoming events do y'all, I know we've kind of hit on it this year. Where are y'all traveling to in 2024?
We got a bunch of events coming up.
In the February, I'm doing a deal with Steve Harvey's doing his first barbecue festival in Abu Dhabi. So that's really cool. He reached out to me February or.
Well, you've been friends with Steve for a while now.
Yeah, since I've been on the show.
I can remember it's probably been, 4 or 5 years ago, me and you were on the phone.
Yeah.
And I remember small things like it's about my life. But I sat in the bank parking lot and talked to you probably 10 minutes before I went to the bank one day. Yeah. And you were telling me about, going on Steve Harvey's show. It was just you hadn't even been on yet.
Yeah.
To cook for him.
Yeah. And he never forgot it, man. And I'm telling you, the guy that's quick, he's quick. He's got a great sense of humor. You ain't gonna talk him, and you ain't gonna bust him out because I mean he's one of them old school cats that he, and that's why I think we hit it off because my grandma had 17 kids, and he reminds me of one of my uncles. We're sitting there, but they're drinking some CC, and we're sitting there talking, and he reminds me of one of my uncles. So it's like I don't get like starstruck or oh my God, Steve. He knew right then and there when I was talking to him. I don't call him Mr. Harvey. I said, "What's up, Steve?" He said, "What's up, Big Mo?" And that's how it is, man. And it's mutual respect. And he never forgot it. And he called me a couple times this year, and he's like, "I got this thing I'm putting together over in Abu Dhabi," and he said, "I want you to be a part of it." I'm like, "Yeah, man." So he called me, said, "It's a go." He told me what I wanted. I told him what I wanted, and he had his people get a hold of me. I had to say the same thing to them. I had to send a writer. I said, "I want to bring my buddy Bob. Business class, first class all the way, 5-star hotel, car service, blah, 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 done. And then my fee." And he's like, "Done." That's a man that cares about you and respects you and knows what your worth is.
Ain't nothing like that. So did you make it 3? Is it 3 of us going now?
Well, man, I wouldn't. You know what, man? I could probably make that happen. I can make that. I could probably make that happen.
No, man, no. I just want to see some pictures because I know y'all gonna have a really good time with all that.
You haven't been there before, right?
No.
Be your first time there?
I have no idea what to expect.
No. So I got to figure out what kind of tattoo I'm going to get because I get a tattoo everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So. I know we talked about that before, and that was kind of, I bet you were going to ask that question.
We talked about it on the podcast we did. I know that's something he did, but I don't think Bob started that tradition yet.
I don't have tattoos.
So you have no tattoos?
No, he's got one. I got scars.
You don't want one?
He's pretty
I know you got a couple piercings.
Ooh, 1 or 3.
1 or 3. I mean,
third nipple.
We weren't supposed to discuss that.
That's a good one.
Oh, nothing. That's one thing I can
say
say about hanging out with these two here. We have been to countless dinners.
Yeah.
Memphis and Mays over the years, hanging out with each other, drinking. And this is, we have a really good friendship with these two guys right here. I mean, we don't see them enough.
Yeah.
That's the truth about hanging out with these two right here.
I'm going to tell you, this man right here, I got a lot of people that I know called, obviously, as you know, he's a really good friend of mine. But he's one of the few dudes I know that can get me to laugh so hard that I'm crying. Like, literally tears coming out my eyes. Not too many people can make me laugh that hard to where I'm like literally crying because I'm laughing so hard. That's man right here can do that.
I think I had you at Memphis in May a couple of years ago in my back seat of my truck. You remember that? We ride through downtown Memphis.
Hold on here.
It sounds really bad.
You were there too. In the back seat too. You were there. Actually in the back.
But Candace was in the front seat.
I was driving.
Oh gosh.
I was chauffeur.
All right, they're clarifying that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't rent Chevrolet Malibus.
Like Bob.
The advantage is you can't get him in the back seat of a Malibu. So.
Well, all right. So just so
I'm surprised you can get him in the front seat of one. That's just like him. I used to drive a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He refused to ride in it. And it was nice. It wasn't a crap. It was a brand new one.
You had a nice car.
He was like, "Nope, I can't.
It was 4
I'm not
inches from the
comfortable."
ground.
Yeah.
No. You should see me getting out of that Malibu, coming in here.
I'm sure you got the one leg
I got
out,
a crook in my neck because I keep
one leg arm up here,
dude,
one arm over here.
licking your kneecaps, man. I
didn't rent the Malibu. My wife did.
And she's not even here.
I know.
You know what? Why you want to blame this kind of stuff on your wife?
I know. She didn't do
Because if
that.
I was a man and I walk up to the rent-a-car counter and they say, "Oh, sir, here's the keys to your Chevrolet Malibu," I'm like, "No, what? no, there's a mistake on the paperwork. Right here, there's a mistake.
Switch
on the
me out for a truck.
Pretty sure there's a mistake on the paperwork."
I said Silverado 2500, ma'am.
Well, I mean, I'd have asked for an upgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, but I get it.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Could have at least got a Prius.
It is.
An
hell
upgrade.
No. An upgrade.
I can tell you though, talking about cars and rides like that. First time I went to California, I was shooting that commercial and went out there, and that's the first time I'd ever found out about Uber. It was not on this side of the country.
Yeah, we didn't have it
And
yet.
all the taxi cabs, I was complaining. I was like, I can't do this. They were all Priuses. All the taxi cabs were Toyota Priuses. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I hate this. My legs are too long. I mean, they're just too long. I'm too tall for a Prius to get in a Prius in a cab the way they have a cage and all that shit and everything else.
That's
and
not good for
couldn't do
anybody.
it. And so that's when we found out about Uber and started using Uber. And that was.
Wow.
He likes to say that I'm bougie, but you know, it's like we're only Uber XL over here or Uber Black. We can't just regularly
This guy's
Uber.
the same way.
We can't have a
I'm
Malibu
sorry.
show up.
Right.
We got to have a Uber Black.
I don't mean anything bad, but I'm 6'4",
Yeah.
6'4" and a half. What do you want to call me?
6'4".
4.5.
And I'm
How tall
and
are
I'm a-
you, Mo?
I'm a big man.
6'1".
6'1".
You bigger than 6'1".
No, I'm not.
I'm 6'1". I think he's 6'2".
Well, my point
But
is,
he knows
being
better
that
than me.
tall, you know, getting on a car, down in a car that's 4 inches off the ground.
No,
it
your kneecaps are
sucks.
clicking.
It sucks. And being so tall, your knees are either wedged in the dash or they're wedged into a back seat. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I would much rather have an SUV or a van or a
Right, just be
a
comfortable.
truck,
Just be comfortable.
something to
Right.
be comfortable.
Yeah.
That's how it is when I fly
that's it.
now. Back in the day, you know, I flew.
Oh, yeah.
Moe
That's
Cason
true.
don't fly, but first class, and not because of bougie. It's because I'm gonna tell you, man.
Not comfortable.
I ain't either. I flew in it once.
I'm built for comfort, not speed. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. When I sit down,
I said it for years.
I ain't gonna be sitting and have my legs, my inner thighs quivering because I'm not trying to lean on somebody, or I got somebody putting their shoulder right there, or they feeling uncomfortable because I'm a girthy man, you know, and I got to sit there and hold myself together, man. And I'm sitting there, you know, got like Tourette's or something because I'm trying to keep it together, and I've got a 2-hour flight.
That's true.
I told myself after that, cuz Moe Cason first class. I don't care what it's cost.
That's the same
Coach
way
flights
he is.
$400. It was $1,000. Sign me up.
I mean, I
He's
feel
the
you.
same
I'll have to
way.
sell a little more barbecue because I'm telling you, man, I don't care if it's 2 hours to Kansas City. I'm flying first class.
I ain't going from here to Atlanta 45 minutes, not first class.
Boy, I'm telling you, man.
I ain't even going into what's the next class back? What is it?
Business.
I ain't
Comfort
even
Plus,
going.
yeah.
Comfort Plus. I ain't even going there.
Comfort Plus.
Nope.
Nope.
Don't want it. I'm wanting them to say, "Sir, what can I get you to drink?" Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I'm either going to take a Tito's and cranberry,
That's right.
or either a Jack Daniels and ginger ale.
That's right.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Or a Bloody Mary. Or
Yeah.
a Bloody Mary, depending on what time it is. 8 a.m. Bloody Mary.
There you go.
And I like the really cool flight stewardess because they know the ones that like to party. Because they'll get you that Tito's, and I'm like, yeah, give me a double. And they don't have Tito's on certain flights. They'll have like whatever the hell, and I get that in a Bloody Mary.
Belvedere or
And she
something.
come back, I knock that out. She's like, oh, would you like another one? Yes, please. Oh, would you like it? Yes, please.
That's me. I'm like,
I think
yes,
the most I've had
yes,
on a flight,
yes.
besides an overseas flight, like a short flight, like somebody had to fly to Atlanta, well, I've knocked out 4 double Bloody Marys. Now, granted, I'm good to go by the time I get off, and they're like, bye. I'm like, yeah, bye.
That was a 2-hour flight.
We sat on the plane in Memphis one time leaving to go to LAX. I did when we went to shoot that commercial. And we started drinking like that. It was 4 of us drinking like that. And the lady said, "Are y'all going to drink like this the entire flight?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, probably so." She called, and they brought more liquor to the plane before we took off.
Wow.
That was a good – I tipped her.
I bet.
I did. I tipped her.
I bet.
We all did.
I was on a first class flight to Germany once, and the woman spoke broken English, and I thought she said, "Do you want a wine in flight?" I said, "Yeah, I'd love that." Well, she brings me out a flight of wine.
Oh,
So
even
it was
better.
it was this bridge. It was a wooden bridge with 6 cups of wine in it, and she said, "Just enjoy them. Tell me which one or two you like the best, and I'll bring you a full glass." So I had all those wines. I told them which 3 I liked. She brought me 3 full glasses, and I tried to watch a movie and fell asleep for 6 hours, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
I've never flew an international flight, well, like that.
Yeah, we've just been close, like kind of close
Yeah,
international,
the
nowhere
islands
far.
and things
Yeah.
like that. We haven't been overseas. I've had some opportunities to. We're in the works now of doing some stuff in Australia and the UK.
Yeah.
Some things right now.
Yeah.
Well,
Make
what
sure
is
they take care of
the
you.
favorite place y'all have traveled together for a class or
Well, listen, we had
anything?
a great time in the Netherlands. We had a great time in Germany. We've gone to Oktoberfest together. That was wild.
Oktoberfest. So tell us about Oktober.
Dude,
Oktoberfest is insane.
you like beer, son, and hot dogs?
hot dogs?
Boy.
no shit.
Man, I don't even call them hot dogs. I can't know what they call them, or Swiss schnitz, whatever.
Schnitzel?
Whatever.
No, schnitzel is like a breaded
that's
pork.
right.
They call it,
It's Wurst, like sausage.
yeah, sausage. They call them sausage, but hot dog.
Weisswurst.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, son. You go in there, man, and you go into this. It's like the fairgrounds. It's like a big fairgrounds.
It is. It's
And all these big tents and stuff.
a
They got
huge
these
carnival.
So it's just like what you see on TV. And
it
all
is,
that
man.
stuff.
They got the women have the
outfits.
dresses, the traditional dresses with the frilly stuff and the like little oatmeal cookie little girl. Well, not that one. What's the one with the little?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Kind of whatever the
the little
overall.
Yeah. Man, over there, beer, they take that seriously. Mm-hmm. They take it like it's serious. And I'm not saying they don't have craft beers over there, but everything over there is like old school beers, right?
Yes.
And they can only have
especially in Munich.
And it's a law. They can only have 4 ingredients?
I think it is, but I'm not sure.
It's like 3 or 4 ingredients that the beer can only have to be a true German beer, not some craft blend like that.
And there's different regional traditional beers.
Different, yeah.
We're Munich.
So they come in pints, big ceramic mugs.
Krug.
Yeah, whatever you said. So I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna tell you what my old sayings is: no mountain too high for
They
no
don't come
stepper.
in pints; they come in liters.
Yeah, liters. Excuse me, liters.
A liter of beer.
A liter of beer.
Yes.
A liter. I killed
a liter.
4 liters. Right?
Quick.
He drank not quick, but just 4 liters of beer is a lot of beer, even over the course of 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah,
it's a lot of beer.
And our hotel was
4.5. You tried to finish the 5th.
Our hotel was only about 2 blocks away, so we walked to our hotel. Really nice area. So, man, by the time I got to the hotel, man, I was 3 sheets to the wind.
He was.
And I was like done. So I walked to the elevator to push the button, and I hear this joker back here going, "You a quitter." And I turn around, and he's at the bar in the hotel.
Drinking a gin and tonic.
And he's like, I can't let it be showed up like that. I can't do that, man.
This is after 4.5. I had 5 liters of beer. That was a lot of beer.
So you had 5 liters.
Yeah.
He had 4.5.
Right.
So I walked back, and I sat in that bar next to him, man, and I said, give me I think it was a mojito. I said something like a mojito.
Something refreshing.
Give me something different.
Yeah, so I had a mojito, and I don't even remember. He said that I was.
He fell asleep with his straw up his nose.
Yeah.
You threw up out your nose?
No, I had a straw
the
straw
was
up
in his
his
nose.
nose.
And his chin was holding his head up on cup like this.
So
He was sleeping.
I finally said, come on, man, go in, go to your room. And so early that day, we went out shopping, and I love pickles. I love pickles. Like, my wife, she was a piece. She was just like, how come you keep buying jars of pickles? Because I like pickles. I
You
love
like trying all kinds of pickles like us?
yeah, I just love pickles.
We're pickles and cheese people.
Yeah, I keep in the
yeah.
hat, big old, and she goes, we already got pickles. And I just, I need a jar. I bring them a jar of pickles on.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So earlier that day, I bought some nice pickles. They seem like to be nice pickles. They're nice glass jars and stuff, and they're from Germany and stuff. I was gonna take them home, and I had them on the ledge in the hotel room. When you walk in, most of the room was ceramic tile, and then right around the bed was carpet. I came in there, stumbling in there, dude, and all I heard was I was face down, ass up in the bed.
How was it again?
So I'm laying on the bed, Heath, like this.
Did you say face down?
Ass up. And I remember the first thing that gained in my nose was this overly large smell of pickles. Just woke me up. I'm like, oh my God. And all of that ceramic tile floor had nothing but pickles and pickle juice everywhere.
In glass.
And glass.
This is the next morning.
So you passed out and slept right there in the pickle juice all night.
No, I slept on the bed.
He was on the bed.
I fell on the bed. I was smart enough, fell on the bed. But yeah. I remember the first thing that woke me up was the smell of pickles. And I sat there and like, damn it, man. So I picked up some pieces that I could, the big pieces and stuff, and I said, the maids, they're gonna be pissed because they're gonna walk in here and just see this mess. They're gonna be like, what the thing's missing? Some goats or some stuff? What the hell's going on in here? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that was my thing with pickles. We got many stories, but yeah.
Yeah, we have a ton of stories. Well, on our way to Munich, we were at a barbecue contest the week before. We flew into Munich, and then we had to take a train. And we were in the subway, and there's a very steep, very long escalator
Like Atlanta.
that leads out of the subway into the city. And I was just in front of Moe. I was probably 2 steps in front of Moe, and big, heavy bags because we're there for 2 weeks. and it's like 2 trips in one. So I'm bringing all my cooking stuff and my regular clothing, and we're buying stuff. 2 big heavy bags. So like I said, he's 2 steps down from me. We're about 3/4 of the way up this escalator, and my bag, the wheels slip off the step. And it's so heavy that it starts pulling me backwards, and I think I can get a hold of this thing.
Now, he's halfway up the escalator by this time, and he looks like Atlanta, like real steep. He was steeper.
And I'm thinking, oh, I got this. I don't got this. The whole thing tipped me back. I flipped over. My legs went in the air. I said, Moe. He goes, I got you.
It was like slow motion. It was like, whoa, whoa,
He goes, I got you.
whoa. He was just going.
Guess what? He didn't have me.
He was just tumbling. I was like, I got you, Bob.
I
don't got you, Bob.
I flipped.
He tumbled all head over in.
Yeah.
Head over.
All the way down
the escalator.
And laid flat on my
On
back.
the back. And he had this blood coming out of his forehead. I was just like, damn it, Bob.
And I'm laying there thinking to myself, like, where am I hurt? There's people rushing me. They're rushing me.
Rushing me.
See how I'm doing. I'm like,
When I mean head over, I mean he went. It wasn't side.
Moe's all the way at the
he
top
was laughing his ass off the top of the escalator, and I'm laying there flat on my back, like 100 feet down.
At least he wouldn't have been like me. I'd have been like, quit playing, get up, come on, we got to go.
I fell with such force that my leg broke the handle of your.
He was
suitcase.
coming down like he was like it was like a slow motion. It's like I couldn't believe this was happening. And I'm just watching
You couldn't believe it.
Process.
I'm just like, damn it, this is really happening. I'm like, wow, this really. It wasn't like falling side. It was like end over end, like something you see out of a movie.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, damn it, dude.
I got you. I don't got you.
Yeah. Well, was it that night when you slammed your finger in the door?
Yes.
Dude, we went out to dinner. We were staying in this badass old school, like,
terrible.
castle-like hotel.
Yeah.
And you know, like them big, thick oak doors from here to the ceiling, like
Yeah.
thick, you know, stuff you
They
see
probably
like
weigh 150
Viking,
pounds
King
apiece.
days, you know, you got King Charles kind of stuff.
Yes.
Our bathroom door was like that.
But it was on a spring. So when you opened it, it automatically started closing, and I didn't realize it. And I'm just looking around my room at this point. We're about
Beautiful
to meet
room.
for dinner.
Yeah.
And
I
I had
shoved the door open and got you.
I shoved the door open, and I had my hand, kind of sitting there, and it came back and slammed my middle finger, crushed it.
And this door was like that thick, no joke.
Crushed it. I can't even
How did
tell
you
you
scream?
the words.
Did you scream?
Like, kind of like that. Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah. We went to the restaurant.
Sorry if that was too loud.
We went to the restaurant that night, and I didn't know this happened. And Bob comes in, he sits down, he goes,
Look at my
he's
finger.
he's got this look on his face like you can tell. He's like, I said, what's wrong with you, man? He said, man,
You can't
I
stand
just
the pain.
smashed my finger in the door. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. You know, I thought and then the bartender came. She goes, what would you like to drink? He had asked for like 4 double bourbons, some bullshit like that. And I'm like,
Yeah. And there was still dried blood on my face from the escalator incident.
so
3 hours before.
they bring these big drinks. I think he had a couple of drinks, like bourbon, like 4 fingers.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to like share with us and stuff. He's like, I ain't sharing none of this. This is all me.
I didn't say a word. I just went
Yep.
and then grabbed the next one.
Yep.
The pain. Have you ever smashed your finger like that?
I mean, not like that.
Probably not
but
like
I've-
that.
I've
The
shut in a
pain.
car door before,
Oh, no.
I would have rather.
but I have cat-like reflexes.
broke a finger.
And I also don't. I would notice if a door had a spring on it when I.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Trust me.
He probably wouldn't.
No, I don't think you would.
Well, I'm not the one that slammed my finger in the door. You are.
and
And
when-
I also don't drive a Chevy Malibu.
For the
Candace,
win.
please call me when he smashes his finger
What
in
is
the
your
door.
everyday
it's like a
vehicle?
laugh.
What do you drive?
I have a Ram 1500.
That's right.
Sums it up. Sounds like a Chevy Malibu renter to me.
Come on. I love my truck. Pulls my cookers, does what I need to do.
Oh my God, I love it.
Eating grin on your face.
Well, tell us, Heath. What is the? Give you. I know you guys got a cornucopia of experiences.
What do you want to know?
Oh, one
Tell us
time
your most embarrassing. You tell us his most embarrassing.
He
Yeah.
would probably kill
Moment.
me. He probably doesn't want me to.
Which one?
You said
Nashville.
which one?
Whatever.
Let's hear it.
Matter to me.
Let's hear it.
So we.
You gonna tell it right.
before we were Heath Riles Barbecue, you know, we've been with some other teams in the past. A lot of party teams. Were we? Maybe we were. Okay, my bad. My timing's messed up.
That's right.
Anyway, so we go to Nashville for a contest and go out the night before, and this one just gets hammered, like to the point where we're like in the room early.
7:30.
Next thing I know, he's in the bathroom throwing up.
Yeah.
You know, Candace, come help me.
Come help me.
I did not come help him. I was pissed. But anyway.
What did he actually need help with? Holding his head above the toilet?
So he had the wastebasket, and he had thrown up in it, and then he dropped it.
Oh,
so
geez.
it was like,
And it exploded.
Oh, God.
and I was like,
Oh,
I
God.
am not helping with anything.
Yeah.
No.
Like, no.
Candace ain't going about that. She ain't about that life.
No.
I'll be in the lobby.
Yeah. So anyways, next day, got to get up, go to the barbecue, you know, go downstairs,
Eat breakfast.
eat breakfast. I think we were waiting on the valet to get the vehicle or something to that effect.
It was Memphis in May?
No, this was Nashville.
It was the Music City
Nashville.
Barbecue Fest.
I got you.
And so the next thing I know, Heath is like, I got to go back upstairs. Like, okay. He's like, I'll be back. I'll be right back.
I think I know where this is headed.
I mean,
Start with an SH.
yeah, fart wasn't a fart.
Oh,
So
no, I got something on
he's
right
In the valet line.
running down his leg.
No, I got something right
Goes-
back.
elevator.
Goes and gets in the elevator with two older ladies.
God.
Ooh, I bet Funkmaster Flex.
Can you bring
I
the
had to
whiskey
back
over here?
out of the elevator telling the ladies to have a nice day.
That's my boy.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you something. Dude. I got something that's
disgusting.
probably rival that.
That was 25 years ago, 20 years ago.
Disgusting.
This ain't
25 years
You know.
ago.
Are we allowed to drink?
I wanted to sound good. All right, it was like 10 years ago.
Can we
Right.
drink bourbon on this show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Can you hand me that bottle?
Well,
These stories.
I've been
are
over to
getting
like
too much.
Australia multiple times doing barbecue classes, meet Stockdale, you know, and going over doing guard classes and attending the festival. Well, this was.
Thank you, sir.
I've been over there probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times, and been in New Zealand about 3 times, whatever. Well, when I think it was my second time. This was in New Zealand. So this was my second time coming to New Zealand for the same festival. And everybody knows I love seafood. Love seafood. Oysters, mussels. I can't get enough of it. And this class that I was doing was on the backside of this really fancy waterfront type restaurant. In the backside, they had a little barbecue area. They sold barbecue. And that's where I did my barbecue class. So this was a day before doing my class. You know, I'm going there. Moe, this is a chef. And the guy looked like Michael Fassbender all day long. He was like the executive chef. Big Moe, da-da-da-da-da, you know. I gave him a bottle of beef rubs. He was using some of it for the customers. It was a really good restaurant. So he said, man, anything you want, it's on the house. You just let me know what you want, and I have to make sure the guys take care of you. So every day I had a plate that big of nothing but fresh raw seafood. Mussels, oysters, clam, beautiful. I smashed the whole thing. Well, I didn't know that one of those mussels was bad. I didn't catch it. So that night, summertime, and over there they don't really believe in air conditioning. It's like open windows. That's what you got to do. It's not like some of them have the
sound good.
That doesn't work
they
for
got
me.
some of those ones that
No.
sit up like that. But this particular hotel room did not have. They just had the windows that open all the way up. That's what they do over there. So I'm laying in bed, dude, and I start getting them sweats.
$20.
No.
And I'm like, oh my God, man. And my stomach is doing the Macarena, cuz. And I'm thinking, oh, Heath. I get up, I strip down butt naked because I was hot, sweating.
You get naked when you go to the bathroom too?
Yeah, I did. So I'm laying in bed, butt naked in a fetal position like this. At this time,
Oh, gosh.
I'm using straight up Jedi mind tricks not to shit on myself. My butt cheeks, I don't think you can clamp them any tighter. You can break a pin off in there, and that's how tough it was. I was trying, Heath, listen to me, man. I'm laying in that bed like this, and I'm trying my damnness with all of my strength not to go to the bathroom myself. And all of a sudden I hear this, literally, with that type of pressure, it was like, and I said, oh my God, I just shit on myself. Let me tell you that sound again. That's how hard and spray. I painted a Monet on that bed sheet. I got up and I looked at it myself and I said, this is absolutely atrocious, Moe Cason. You just shit on yourself in this bed. And that bed sheet was just like, it was like a painting. And I said, I cannot let these maids find this. And I was still sick. So I duck walked to the shower, turned it on, jumped in the shower, and commenced the still pooping and throwing up at the same time.
Wow.
After that was done, I had every window open in that apartment. And it was like that funk was like, we ain't going nowhere, son.
Oh, God.
I had crosswind trying to happen, wasn't happening. That smell was vile.
Okay.
So I gathered the sheets off the bed, balled them up, took them in the shower, and I hand washed with body gel the sheets because I said, can I have these? And because I seen the maids the day before, and these big Maori women, like serious like women, and I'm like, I can't let these women come in here and see this because they're gonna see me eventually, maybe, and they're gonna be like, what the hell's wrong with you? And so I washed these sheets in the shower in New Zealand.
Oh my gosh.
And I felt absolutely horrible.
I'm going to be honest with you. You have the story of the year right now. I'm going for you. Absolutely. I don't think no one. I mean, I thought I had something going on. No. I thought I had a good story.
That's the sound. Remember that? That is exactly how loud it was. It was loud.
The pressure washer.
It was exactly what it was. And my butt cheeks, they were quaking. My sphincter probably was like, just say, I'm done. I can't hold nothing no more. I'm done.
It gave out.
It gave out.
Oh, God.
And I swear to God, I never, that sound is in my head to this day and will always be to the day I die.
Oh, wow. And now it's in ours. Thanks.
Man, now it's going to be.
It's fact, though, man. It's life.
Rogan, I'm coming.
So do not eat bad seafood.
Oh. So now would you say that you can find the mussel that is bad on the platter?
Well, actually, to be honest, it took me a while to eat mussels again.
I was about to say, can you even
I eat oysters, but I haven't really ordered mussels in a long time.
Did you say you had raw mussels?
Yeah, raw mussels.
See, I'm not a raw mussel
I love
eater.
I never had raw mussels. I never even seen it served.
Were they steamed and then chilled?
No, these were raw mussels.
That's where you went wrong. You just ate raw mussels and you shouldn't.
Well, that's how they.
I don't eat mussels. I don't know.
They could have been steamed. I don't know. I don't think so because everything was like a raw plate.
Yeah.
I love coconut curry mussels.
Ooh, God.
Like a coconut milk and all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mussels. I love mussels.
Cajun. I like Cajun butter mussels. They're delicious.
That sounds good.
Yeah. That'd be good with your Cajun, with your Creole.
Would.
Make a compound butter.
Maybe do a little coconut milk too. I wonder how that would play out.
I think it'll go well. Let's try it.
I might have tried that.
Yeah.
So,
on to the next one.
I don't think story time can be topped.
No,
in this place ever again. I'm going to be honest. I just don't think it can be stopped. Look.
I'm sorry I had to go there that way. No, we're talking real stuff.
You actually left him speechless.
You did. You left me speechless. I have I lost my train of thought. Still, that sound is in my head now.
Where am I?
That sound is in my head, he said.
That sound is in my head now.
So y'all do the classes together.
There you
yes.
go.
You cook competition. Do you ever cook competition still?
Yeah.
Do you guys have you ever joined up to cook a competition?
We've never competed together.
You don't cook much competition wise anymore besides Memphis like me, right?
Yeah.
That's
I went from 20, 22 competitions a year down to 10 and then down to 5. And
did you sell your barbecue trailer?
I did. So now, like most of my cooker, I just bought a M&M 240 off of him. So now it can compete again. I might do 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah,
but,
I'm getting a 500 belt.
I mean, my head is where, making money with the pit.
We ought to go do a collaboration somewhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just want to cook ribs.
Yeah,
you go. That's
you
it.
got it.
All right.
You got it,
man.
man.
You got ribs.
I've had your. I had all your barbecues. Great.
We just go hang out and have a good time.
But that's what I want to do.
Ribs,
now.
chicken, brisket.
Just want to have fun.
I'll just go pick one and go out of town somewhere.
You let me know, man. I'm there, bro.
Let's do it.
I'm just there. I'll go cook brisket. You cook ribs. You cook pork, chicken, whatever. And
yeah,
sounds good.
Yeah. We do one apiece. You do 2.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I get that.
Well, there's times, man, where we do barbecue classes, and it's like we do our normal things is chicken, ribs, pork butts, brisket, and beef ribs.
Right.
But if Moe Cason's getting that Weller, and he does his chicken, his ribs, I do my pork and my brisket. There's sometimes he had to come in clutch and do the beef ribs because,
he was doing the beef rib at the end of the day, the first few classes, and then I'd be like, "Yo, Mo, it's time for Mo," and he's like,
"I've seen you go
over
sleep
in the corner."
Before.
Yeah. No, I'm joking. I know we normally do it. There's a couple times, man, when I'm feeling.
You got to shift and pivot every once in a while.
Yeah. He could do 3. He could do 3 instead of 2. I normally do the 3.
I have no problem doing that.
I
I do all damn 5 if you want me to.
Yeah,
I love doing
it. Man, he's a pro. We work well together, and just like we work good, we need to do all the classes.
Y'all tell good stories together. When we were there that day, actually at your class up in Michigan, we sat back and it was like I said, me and Candace and your brother, and his wife, and who else was sitting up there?
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin.
Oh yeah,
and y'all bounce well off each
well,
other.
and that's been a few years ago, so y'all are
Sure.
probably even more
right
like
now.
a well-oiled machine now.
Yeah, and we have these little cues that we know, just him and I know that. Hey, start this one off. Do you have time for one quick story?
Yeah.
So let me start it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you where to come in.
It has nothing to do with Monet.
No. Mo and I were at a barbecue contest in the Netherlands, The Hague. It was the idea. This guy Dan Homan out of the Netherlands decided he wanted to do kind of a fun little Ryder Cup thing. So it was 100 and some teams in Europe, and then 5 teams from the U.S. came over, and their scores got put up against the 5 best European teams in that contest. Mm-hmm. So it was a double contest in the fact that you had to turn in 2 boxes of chicken at the same time to 2 different sets of judges. 2 boxes of ribs, 2 boxes of pork, 2 boxes of brisket. So you're turning in 2 sets of judges at the same time, which is pretty cool. But when you're a one-man team, it's a little difficult to get together.
I mean, I've done it.
And there's a lot to, have you?
Yeah, Randall Bowman's contest, I sure have.
Oh,
He
so
done
it was
a triple.
Triple at the same time.
I mean, no, it was a double the first day at the same time, turn-ins, and then a single the Sunday.
Right, okay. So you understand where we're coming from.
But you can take it out of the same product.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So it's easy.
Well, okay.
Can he finish
So it's
the
easy
story?
for you. It's easy for you. Windy, rainy, cold, the Netherlands, under tents. We had ceramic grills. Mo had a couple of Green Mountain grills. And, it was a
So he went in no panic then. He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You want me to take
Oh,
over?
no, not yet. Not yet. Long story short, this is all being filmed, so they keep stopping us to do things. They were making a show out of this. So we have cots, and we're prepared. The night is kind of ending, and we're getting ready to, get briskets on and dim the lights and get some rest because we got to be up at 5 for ribs. So I'm in a cot here in my tent. Mo's in the middle. Tuffy's on the other side of him, and then maybe Bad Byron, Jim Elser over here. And about 2 hours into falling asleep, his lights are on. He's rushing around. It smells delicious. I don't know what's going on over there. And he's panicking. Or you could take over.
So, first of all, I'm going to tell you. So, Green Mountain Grills sent some big, some pellet grills for me to cook on, and I've got them on my back deck, and I know them like the back of my hand. I can cook great briskets on, cook great proteins on them. And so I turned it on, had my bibs on, had my cot, and normally I put those briskets on like at 11 o'clock. I'm doing the GMG. And I lay down on the cot with my little pillow. And then like an hour and a half later, the pellet cooker's beeping at me saying it needs pellets. So I get up, fill up the hopper. I'm like, that's weird, you know. So I lay back down. It wasn't
2 hours.
2 hours, 2.5 hours in, this brisket smelling fire. I'm like, wait a minute. It shouldn't be smelling like this. So I get up, stand in front of that cooker. Now, mind you, I'm from the land of Fahrenheit.
Oh, no.
Not Celsius.
I knew where you were fishing to go with this.
Yeah.
I look at this thing, and this brisket is rolling. I mean, it's smelling great, but it's asking for more pellets. And I start looking at it, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. This shit is in. So I set normally at $240 Fahrenheit. Well, I put it 240 Celsius.
Oh, yeah. So it was hot.
It was pegged out 500-some degrees. I was like, damn! I get my phone out. I turned it down to what I'm supposed to have it at for 240 degrees. We were cooking some amazing, they were grass-fed, but amazing, highly marbled Wagyu briskets. And I normally, and another thing I teach in my class, like you guys have probably seen it, I've always cooked meat side up, not fat side down. I mean, not fat side up. So always fat side down, meat side up. It's because of the quality of the meat. Now, I thought I was toast. When I mean I grabbed that brisket off of there, it was like.
The fat was hard as a rock.
As hard as a rock, dude. Scorched. So I wrapped it in butcher paper, and there was a styrofoam cooler, and I told these guys, don't open that cooler up. Mind you, this is like 2 o'clock in the morning, and turn is not until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I want my briskets to rest, but I didn't want them to slumber. And that's what it was going to do, slumber. You know what I mean? But I had no choice. So I put it in there and let it rest. Well, the next day, you know, we're going through our proteins, chicken, ribs. I was not looking forward to grabbing this brisket out because I knew what happened the night before. So I grabbed it out, unwrapped it, and when I mean stiff as a board, dude, it was, but the top looked nice. So I start slicing that brisket, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. Now, Bob was nice enough that he had some au jus left over from his brisket turn in. I said, you got any au jus? He had some au jus, a little aluminum foil boat, and I took my slices. First of all, I took it and picked the slice up, and I'm thinking, oh, shoot, it's not crumbling. Oh, my God. I took those 9 slices, and I set them in that au jus and just said, I'm going to let them rock here before I boot my box. My box is already built, but, get it ready to go. But what I did was, before I put those slices in there, I took that brisket and I flipped it over, and I took my brisket knife and I cut all of that burnt, hard, scorched stuff off of it. It was just meat. I took a little of my rub, hit it, took my sauce, kind of hit it, a little dusting more rub sauce, boom, doom. Took a little bit of light sauce, au jus, with mixed with a little bit of broth, with a little bit of au jus, made a little sauce on the exterior of that brisket, sliced it, put it in au jus, let it sit, and then I put it in the box, and I was blown away on how well it still was being cooked in just a matter of a few hours. The whole brisket was done. But because it was a high-end Wagyu, highly marbled, knocking on the door of Kobe, it was that good of a brisket. That was what saved my briskets because it had so much marbling, it was able to take that pounding. You just cut off the scorched part of it, and I was still able to salvage nice slices. And I turned that brisket in, even though I didn't think I had a hell's chance of getting a call. I ended up getting, 5th?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got 4th and he got 5th. Brisket. And I did everything right, and he fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Well,
but
we've been there and done that plenty of times.
He made corrections.
Yeah.
He made necessary corrections at the very end.
But the lesson is I cooked meat side up always. So if it was the meat side down, it would have been done.
Yeah.
If it was anything less than a high-end brisket, it would have been done. But because it was such a highly marbled brisket,
I'm like you on a high end brisket. I'm always cooking fat side down, and meat side up. That's me because I'm trying to create good, nice bark.
Oh, yeah.
Bark. People don't understand. We teach that in our class, because you cooking meat side down. That's great for the backyard and everything. But the thing is,
well, you know the trick I teach.
Yeah.
I teach once you take it off in like your butchered paper and you done wrapped it the right way and it's meat side up and it's steamed. Once you take it off your pit to hold it, flip it over.
Yep. Well, that's the thing they do out in Texas. Do that. I learned to do that too back in the day. They do that in Texas because what happens is the juice that's in there, it makes that soft bark.
But it still keep the bark.
So keep it because you're not cooking anymore on it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not moving it. It's not just, you're not disturbing that bark.
Yeah.
Yep.
That seal. Mm-hmm. And that's any meat. We was talking about that. Well, on your podcast before, right? Or am I getting confused about this? About keeping meat whole until you're ready to make sandwiches instead of chopping it up because it turns like it oxidizes it. All the oxygen. Once the oxygen hits that meat, it's going to turn it gray. I don't care if it's pork, beef, whatever. Chicken's about the only thing. And let's face it, you can tell when chicken starts getting dry, it gets spots on it. It's spotty. You know, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So all this Memphis in May stuff going on.
Yeah.
You ready to come on back down? And
man, I am ready for Memphis in May.
We ain't but a few months away with it being February now.
I know, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting my application in, and I can't wait.
So you built a new pit and all for Memphis in May this year, right?
I've got a pit being built right now from M&M, and it's my first offset from them. It's a 500. It's going to be pretty trick. It's going to have it'll be a wide version. So it's going to have a 500 custom painted wheels and like that, stainless rock rack that I always do with all my pits. I put stainless rod in there, 3/8 rod. And so the upper and lower shelves will all be stainless rod. And then on the back side of it, there's going to be, he hasn't released it. No one's seen it. Only a few people have, but he's doing a hog cooker, kind of like what you see at Roddy Scott's place. You know, it's just a hog cooker. You put coals underneath there. You can put charcoal, whatever, but it's a hog cooker. And I was talking to Bob, you know, which is a great idea. I'm probably going to bring that.
Like the box?
Like the box. And I was going to use that as my presentation. Yeah, this is just all stainless rod from me to Candace. And I can have that real nice and then the guys can just pivot, taking the shoulders out of the 500, bring it over and putting that one shoulder there and having it all dressed up like that. Perfect. And then, but I love my rotisserie. My rotisserie is what I took first time ever making finals was on that rotisserie because of that flavor. So I got 1,000. M&M 1000, which is awesome, my favorite pit. And it's battleship themed because I was in the Navy, so it's battleship gray, and it's got USS Missouri on one side, it's got USS Pellew on the other side.
I've seen it online.
Yeah, it's a badass pit. I love it. And that's what I plan on taking and bringing down there. But that 500 has less of a footprint, even though I'm by myself. You know, I mean, I got my team that comes in, but they're all coming from New Zealand, Oregon, Florida. I can't have them guys coming down trying to fly in just to drive another extra pit down. So I'm gonna look and see how this grill is, because if I have to maybe build something, like I got steps, like aluminum steps I had built for like an RV, for like that pit, the trailer I bought from you. You know, I got nice aluminum steps and use that to where they can come up and look, because that chamber is going to be like, you know, eye level, probably. You know, a little lower. It'd be lower than that. Taking it, I'd probably be at my throat like that.
Yeah, but you still need something to. I see what you're saying.
You know, so where they can walk up and say, "Oh, okay," and I can sit there. So even if I have
Memphis, you could rent something like that, a platform to be built up to it if you needed to walk up to it.
With a rail, maybe with a little handrail.
With a handrail and all.
Yes, that's what I'll do. So then they can come up and they can see the shoulder and see the presentation, and everything's going to be really nice and pristine. I'm not even going to fire that pit up. That pit will be just for, you know. And I learned that from you guys, you know.
Yeah, I use a show pit too. It's just easier down there, man, instead of cooking on your big one and all that. I wish I could show on my big beauty, but like you, it just, man, you're trying to cook on it and set glazes on it and, you know, keep your fire right.
And you got to scrub the heat out of it when you get done cooking.
Yeah, and so having something you can put a little bit of heat in, just keep the food hot and not melt your garnish you puts in there and all that, wilt your lettuce and all that. It kind of, or your kale or whatever you use, you know, tends to help out a lot more.
Yeah, I learned that from you guys last year, man. And, you know, and you guys said, I love you guys, man. You guys are good friends, man. And it's the first time I ever made finals. And it was emotional for me, man. I mean, I love that contest. I mean, I've done lots of cook-offs, just like you've done lots of cook-offs. Bob's done lots of cook-offs and everything. But that cook-off,
it's different.
It's just love it. I love the people, man. It's guys like you guys, you know what I mean? That's what makes the contest. If there was a contest full of horrible people, I wouldn't do it.
That's right.
I'm trying to be polite. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, 110%.
You know, I mean, it's because of the people. What's up, Big Mo? I haven't seen you. You know, you see him once a year. I see you guys probably once a year. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like
we got to make it more common now. This has been twice. So
you can get sick and tired of me. So I'm gonna be camped out, and you're gonna be like, can't even be like, look, man, Mo, we like you and everything, But you can't be bringing your sleeping bag and then staying for like 2 weeks.
You ain't gonna have to bring no sleeping bag.
Why is there a Moe Cason logo on the bedroom door? That's weird.
I mean, bring it. It don't matter to me. It don't matter to me. We just gonna hang out and drink a little Weller and tell some stories and maybe fire up a pit.
You
And
can
cook
teach
a
me
little
how to
something.
shoot ducks.
That's it. We shoot something. Well, look, I appreciate y'all coming on the show today. I've had an absolute blast laughing, and I'm pretty sure that your topic, your Monet, is going to be a great storyline to tell.
I'm just keeping it. You know me, man. I just keep it real. I know it's not probably barbecue themed. It's more seafood themed. But, it's food.
Hey. Ain't nothing like it. You heard it here first.
And if you come to our classes, I will spare you the details, and he will not tell that at the class.
Well, that'll work.
No,
well, look.
There's very few people who heard that, and now we just put it out in the whole world for you to hear, for everybody to hear, which is cool. That's it.
No, so tell everybody where they can find y'all at.
www.monet.com.
No.
Where can they find you at to get your seasons, your sauces, your rubs, more about you, all that kind of stuff?
So you can go to MoeCasonBBQ.com. That's my personal website. My daughter handles that for me, and then I have my stuff's available at Academy Sports, my rubs, Winn-Dixie stores, Harvey's, Alfresco down south, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Ace Hardware stores nationally, coast to coast. If it's not in there, you just go to the manager and they pull it up. It's in the system, and they also can pull from the warehouse. And then Hy-Vee, which is the largest grocery chain in the Midwest, I'm there.
Yeah, and my products are at BobTrudnak.bbq.com, and our classes are at the Bob and Moe BBQshow.com.
Well, that'll work.
Yeah.
Nothing like it, and like I said, it's always good hanging out with y'all.
Yeah, buddy.
Always a good time.
Pleasure.
Shooting the Que with good friends.
Absolutely.
Right.
Appreciate y'all for coming on. Until next time, we'll see y'all next week.
Stay thirsty.
Stay thirsty.
Thank you for tuning in to the Shootin The Que podcast. If you have any comments or suggestions for future episodes, please feel free to reach out to us on our social media channels or through our website. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform. Leave us a review if you enjoyed the show. Until next time, keep shooting the Que.